Adam Small here from My Music Masterclass, and today we're going to do something different. It's a sound test and a mini review of a digital console piano. Digital console piano meaning a furniture stand. It has speakers in it. It doesn't need an amplifier or a stand, right? That's what I mean by that. My needs were that I wanted something in that style that didn't need a keyboard stand, that didn't need an amp, right? So it's easy to play, and when inspiration strikes, you can just turn it on and start playing or practicing or writing or doing whatever. I also wanted something sturdy so that my cats wouldn't knock it over, because my cats are insane and they knock everything over. So when I was going down the rabbit hole and searching digital pianos and trying to figure out what brand to get, of course, I came across Casio and Roland and Yamaha, of course, and all these great brands. And there's a million features that you can get, and things cost more for different graded action, and you can have MP3 playback, e-learning software, all these different features that you can have. I didn't need any of that, so I started looking around, and I found this Donner DDP-100 in Amazon, and it was priced less than the others, and it was just a piano sound, weighted action, MIDI controller functionality, which I really do need because I do produce music, and I'm always, looking to have a good weighted action MIDI controller, of course. So then I went to YouTube, which is, typical in my series of looking at a product, figuring out what it is, and then looking for reviews. I found some reviews and some sound examples, but they all left me wanting a little more and having some questions. So I contacted Donner and told them that I wanted to make this video, and luckily for me, they sent me this DDP-100 behind me to test out and to make this video. So first things first, I'm primarily a bass player. I've been a professional bass player for many years. Piano is not my first instrument, and I'm not going to be gigging on this thing. I usually use piano to either compose music or just to practice, because I love practicing new things and I'm trying to get better at piano myself. And also I use it when I write in the computer, right? So when I'm producing music, I use it to control virtual pianos, virtual other instruments. That's pretty much what my use for this is. So because of that, if I were to play piano in this video, it would be useful to absolutely no one. So instead, I've gotten my good friend Jeremy Manacia, who's an amazing pianist, to come by and help me out with this video. If you don't know Jeremy, he has a bunch of videos on mymusicmasterclass.com. He's also a full-time professor at Manhattan School of Music, a solo artist. He's just a great pianist all around and a super cool guy. And, you'll be able to hear what this piano sounds like in the right hands as opposed to my hands. Now, it's important to note that this video will be completely unbiased. While Donner did send us this piano, all they asked was for us to make a video. They didn't ask us what to say. They didn't tell us anything like that. So we're going to be honest. First and most important thing is that we're going to do a sound test, and that's kind of actually 90% of this video is what it sounds like. I've set up this ORTF stereo microphone 3.5 feet, almost where I'm sitting now. If you can see this piano behind me, a little behind me. I'm gonna set this ORTF stereo mic 3.5 feet from the piano and 3.5 feet off the ground. That'll be a decent room sound. Also, this is an office, so it's not the most perfect environment, which I chose for a reason, right? This isn't gonna be a studio setup where something sounds better than it's supposed to. This is reality. And I also ran a line out, because it has a line out in the back, where I'm going right into my sound card up here. I'll be A/Bing the dry direct signal and the room mic. I'm not adding any effects to this entire thing, right? It's going to be completely dry, so you can just get a real good comparison between, what it sounds like here. As for the MIDI output, it just has a USB cable that comes out of the back, and I'm also running a USB cable right to my computer from the back of this. It shows up as a MIDI port as soon as you connect it to your computer. And I hope you enjoy this, and I hope it's helpful.
soft pedal. It works really nice. Yeah. I don't know if you could hear when, you know, those middle passage there, I was using the left pedal, the soft pedal, and it was very true, kind of really dampened the sound in a nice way. And it's actually a little bit, I find it much nicer to play with the soft pedal. You can kind of control the softness a little bit. And like I said, it really has a true piano feel. It really feels like a piano. And that you can use it as a controller is great, because then you can also plug it into any piano sound or electric piano sound, and it feels great. I guess that's the thing. On the main sound, it's the responsiveness. It feels like it doesn't completely match the touch. But as you can see there is a soft range in there. It's just, it's actually very hard to control it, which is actually kind of good in a way. It's not like super easy.
All right, so I hope that was helpful, and I hope to do more videos like this with my music masterclass so that we can, check out some interesting gear, maybe that you haven't heard of, and, see if it works for you. One note, after we were done filming, I loaded up a virtual instrument in my rig and had Jeremy play it live, with headphones on so he could hear it. And he thought this thing was great as a MIDI controller. He thought that the DDP-100 was really great, and it really had no issues with sustain or dynamics to the smallest degree. The touch matched the dynamics of the notes and everything. So, if you're using it for that purpose and you have virtual instruments, it could be a really good option that costs less than others, right? So that's something to keep in mind. And if you want to know what I think about it personally, I think it's great for what I do. Like I said, I'm primarily a bassist, and I use this to practice, or I will be using this to practice my piano chops on, to write music, and to use it as a MIDI controller. I don't need more than one sound. I don't need a more polished sound. You can obviously spend more money and get all these things. But for me, it's kind of the perfect thing. And maybe it works for you too. So hopefully this was helpful, and we'll see you next time.